Membrane-tastic. Let's crack on. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we're looking at a Sanyo VTC6500 VTC6500 6500, however you want to say it. So this one is just checking it over. This one's come from Rich. Hi Rich, hope all is well with you. And as you can see, it's got a replacement front membrane, for want of a better way to put it. Soft touch was sort of becoming quite fashionable. How Sanyo did it was they put standard switches underneath, and then they put like a plastic sort of cover over those switches. So it made it look like it was soft touch. I suppose it was. The only problem with it is the plastic broke down, cracked up, fell apart, and yeah, I put a picture of another one that we've got to come. So yeah, other than that, they're relatively good machines from what I understand and from what I remember back in the day as well. They do suffer from cracked gears, I seem to remember, on the front loading system. So yeah, but we'll give it a check over. Also got the original remote, which is a VRM60, and this actually looks really rather nice. It's pretty tidy, so that's always a bonus. So without further ado, let's crack on. So taking the top cover off, and it's a bit dusty in here, but that's okay. I'll soon clean that up. Apparently this has had a new idler, but we'll check all of that. Pinch roller looks okay from the little bit we can see. But yeah, good dust out, definitely needed. So got the STK. Oh, it's got loads of heat sink compound, which was what I was going to do actually, was just put some on there, but that's already done, so that's brilliant. So I suppose we'll lift the cover. Well, I'll dust this off first, and I'll lift the cover and we'll take a look. So I'm going to a quick clean out. It isn't bad at all actually. It's just a little bit of surface dust on the tuning board and the top of this board. The rest of it is pretty tidy, to be fair. I do wonder if it has had a new idler. I don't think it has. Looking very much like the original ones in there, but okay, we'll live with that. I think I've got a kit, so we'll swap it over. And yeah, before we power it on to try it, let's check the plug. And we've got a 5 amp fuse, which is, well, I'd probably say that's a 3 amp cable, to be fair. But yeah, I'm just going to change the whole plug anyway, so that's fine. Even though, I mean, it's fine. It's got the black insulation on the live and neutral, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm just going to change it anyway, so I'll get and do that next. We have a new plug. Let's plug it in, see what it does. So far so good. That's on. And I'd forgotten how stiff these are actually. It's weird not hearing hearing it load. So the beauty with these is that if there's an error, let's put the counter on, it won't, it should just stop and not lace, except it does lace. Yeah, so it's going to need an idler. That's fine. It is interesting because this is a physical switch. How you can turn it on and off, but only with that on. It's sort of quite quirky. So if I take that off, so maybe if I point it in the right direction, but then that's weird. Didn't know that. Okay, so yeah, we need to do the idler. So yeah, I'll dig that out and we'll crack on. I had the second one, and looking at this does actually have, for focus for me, the new idler set and belts, and everything is good. So yeah, that's much tighter. So I think what I'll do is I'll shelve this one for now, get the belts. I've got idlers. I've got a few idler kits, and we'll do that another day. And yeah, I'll just swap the fronts, which is maybe not ideal, but yeah, I mean, it'll make one good machine. I've got a new home for this, so I sort of want to sort of honour that as best I can. So, one thing I did notice, which was interesting, as this has the one idler, once it gets right to the end and to the foil, it will try to do a quick backspace to take the foil away from the sensor. And if it doesn't do that, you won't be able to press rewind. It won't let you. It'll just keep cutting out. It's almost like a bit of a safety mechanism, but of sorts, I suppose. But yeah, I was going to demonstrate it, but of course that idler's now sort of starting to work properly, and it's actually rewound the tape really well. But it will need to be done. Interestingly, that's laced. Why is that laced? So that obviously struggled a bit. Let's stop it, rewind. Yeah, you can see it's struggling. Just wondering if there. Oh, okay, that's fine. Don't know what that was all about. Why it laced, why it errored, but it did. So yeah, that sort of confirms that probably swapping this over is a good idea. So I'm going to swap the front over, and we'll give this one a test. One thing I did notice, the difference between this and this machine, on this side, when I first opened this machine, the board looked like it was bowed slightly, and I think it's because this plastic bit here needs to go on the top, and on that one, this was underneath. So it's sort of pushing the board up. There were also, well, there's actually an extra screw. So how this goes, there's a screw there, there's no screw here, a screw here, and then a screw here. And somebody had added an extra screw. So I've swapped the front covers over, and it's looking good. This machine is significantly more superior. It's just lovely. I will do the STK, just put a bit of heatsink compound on that. But I've given it a very quick dust, but it really needed nothing at all. And like I say, I mean, this does actually have the idler replaced, if it'll focus, so that's good. Everything just seems better. So yeah, let's crack on. The other thing was the screw that was in there holding that. So this screw is actually the complete wrong screw for the hole. It should be a self-tapper, and I probably have somewhere got one of these with sort of the flange, but at the moment I'm just going to stick this in just so it keeps it together, and obviously we'll have to do all the belts and everything on it anyway. So yeah, I'll pop that in, put the cover on the other one, and we'll move on to the other one. Let's crack on. More plug goodness. 5-amp fuse. Theory that's probably okay, although I'm still sure there are 3-amp cables on these. But my goodness, that's from the Ark, isn't it? It looks like sort of early 70s or something, late 60s. Yeah, I don't know when. I don't actually know when these plugs came in. But yeah, it's got to come off anyway because I've got the shrouded live and neutral pins. So yeah, I'll get and do that next. The length of cable was in the plug. Amazing. Yeah, and not really done right either. So yeah, all good to go. Let's crack on. So let's give it a test. Power on. So far so good. Audio on. Check the remote. Fine. So fast forward. Sounds like we have a squeaky guide, which we can sort. So let's press play. Right at the beginning of the cassette. I seem to remember this one is quite bad. I think Ian Botham's in this. Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. But, oh yeah, that's quite head cloggy, isn't it? But it'll come back in a second. Yeah, so Ian Botham. Yeah, this cassette is a bit a bit weird just at the beginning, but it's fine. Let's wind it forward, and of course it latches for the cue and review. Oh, a bit of fog there. Pause. It's actually not bad, to be fair. Press play. Sorry, press pause. Again to unpause it. Pause. Yeah, it's really good. So let's try the tracking. The tracking furthest right. Tracking furthest left. Oh, lovely. It's a bit of noise there. That's really good. That's excellent. So what I'll do next is I will put some heatsink compound on the STR, and we'll lubricate those guides, and yeah, this should be good. Should be good to go. So yeah, let's crack on. So I've just been merrily taking the power supply out, and I realised I should have been recording it. So 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 screws out of the can top and protective shield, and then this should, I'm taking these out, and there are 2 more which I was sort of contemplating not actually taking out, but I'm going to have to because of getting this thing out. What am I missing? Oh, is there a screw underneath? Because the VTC500s had that trick. So screw that. Not easy to do at this angle, but you can see what I'm doing. Always catches me out every time with the 500 and the 550, 5150 even. Okay, let's get these untangled. The other side and then pull that through, and job's a good one. So let's just loosen this off. And the other one had so much heatsink compound on it, it was unreal. I'm guessing this board is actually held on purely by the SDK. So I should be able to quite easily, yeah, little supporting arm there. That looks to have been changed as well, and actually fairly recently maybe. You can't always tell by solder, but that looks fairly fresh. So I'll stick some heatsink compound on that, and we'll take it from there. Well, I reckon that's a pretty perfect amount. So let's put this back in. Super. So let's get this back in the machine. So I thought I'd just check underneath the deck, and yeah, looks really very tidy. Something strange going on there, but yeah, I'll give that a clean, and yeah, we should be good, I think. I don't think the bottom of this has ever been off, because that was just like a bit of glue. So I don't know whether it's something to do with that or no, probably not, to be fair. Not from the manufacturing, but just really odd. Bit of glue sort of landed up there. The bottom metal sheet is, like all Sanyos, just really, it's cheap and nasty. I mean, it's better. It's not as bad as some, but just so flimsy and not that well protected. Galvanizing is not that great. There is a center leg as well, center foot. Has a slightly longer screw compared to all the rest, and goes here. So let's locate that and then put the screw in. Anyway, I'll put the rest of these in and we'll crack on. Okay, so I'm going to wind this on and just clean the one guide because that was squealing quite a bit. I have also cleaned most of the tape path anyway. Okay, so that'll probably be the guide that's squealing. I just wonder if we bring this a bit further around. And that pinch roller has a bit of wear on it as well, so I might just give that a bit of TLC. So pull the top off. Okay, so I'm going to take the pinch roller off first. I can't get the plastic cap off that guide. It's not like the Toshiba's where you can just like take the cap off. I don't know whether it's seized or what's going on. We do have a spring, so just need to watch that. The spring's there. Let's just get that back into position, ready to get back in. So yeah, so this comes right the way over to then get on the pinch roller. Pinch roller's actually very, very good, but it's very, very worn. So, well, say very, very worn. It's seen life. So yeah, I'm gonna renew that, and yeah, should be good to go. But can I get this off now? No. I don't think I'm missing anything with this. And there's a gap there that suggests something should happen, but no, there's nothing. I'll clean up all, there's quite a bit of muck still, sort of tape residue from over the years to clean up, so I'll do that. Get this pinch roller reconditioned and cleaned up, and yeah, it should be good to go. So let's get this pinch roller nice and rubbery again. So rubber renew. Always wear gloves with this if you can, because it's horrible stuff. Stinks as well. So I can actually we get some. It's actually not that terrible. It looks worse than it is. Oh, I can feel it is actually really just improving. The rubberiness of it. It's just gone a bit shiny. I just want to get that shininess off. Just get its sort of friction back. The bearings are good as well. Super. And then put a bit of isopropyl on this one. Just give it a clean. Oh yeah, I can feel just how much better that is. Sort of dust build up on there. Not that it matters, but while I'm there. I mean, I could just pull this off, but again, I don't see the point in doing that if I don't have to. Super. So get that installed back in, and I think we're somewhere near. So let's get this pinch roller back on. And I seem to remember this is a little bit of a fiddle because of the spring. Completely forgotten how this even goes. It goes like that, doesn't it? Yeah, and then the spring goes the other side of the pinch roller. Oh dear, can't get the stuff, can you? So do that. Bring that round there. I seem to remember every time I do this, I always forget how the spring goes. Every time. Yeah, because that's keeping that back, isn't it? That's it. You couldn't really see what I did, but I just sort of pulled the spring back with my thumb, pushed this down, it dislocated. I was making a mountain out of a molehill there. So circlip, I lost the other one. I'm sure as soon as I get this back together I'll find it again, but I think that might be the right one. Yeah, that will be the right one. So I've still got my pack of circlips from back in the day, luckily, because they're not the easiest thing to find these days. Oh, nearly lost it. Gloves are actually making it more difficult. Well, that's a bit slack. It's on. Don't think it will come off. Let's try it. See how strong it is. Little screwdriver. Oh, that's pretty tight. Yeah, it's just not... Well, it's just moving on the top there, that's fine. So this doesn't seem so bad either now. Now I've sort of moved it about, whatever. I don't know whether it is that that's squealing, I don't know what else would. That seems fine. That's a solid one. I think that's the only one that could squeal. I think I can now give this a try. So I'll just wind this back. Well, it'll do it, won't it? So yeah, let's give it a try. Okay, so let's power it on. And there we go, so it's just unlaced. You certainly have to push quite hard. I wish there was a clock counter on the remote, that would have been quite nice. Yeah, this is a little bit of a squeak. Okay. So that's looking good. Obviously we've got this rather damaged tape at the beginning. The picture will disappear in a minute. And it's the first time I've actually heard the sound from this, so it sounds actually really good.
I'll be opening the bowling again tomorrow. England only have to avoid defeat to be sure of retaining the Ashes. It would be a memorable achievement for England's captain.
This is Mike Canning for BBC News in Melbourne. Merry Christmas.
And that's all from us on this Christmas Day. God bless. Good night.
Good evening to you once again. We missed out on the snow this...
So, yeah. There we go, that's brilliant. So, yeah, as John Ketley, as you might have guessed, he is a weatherman. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this one. We will get the other one sorted, and yeah, I'm looking to do something with these that's better than just paper, or plasticized paper, or laminated paper. So keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. Just look at the tape remain indicator. That's quite cool. You probably can't see that very well. So yeah, it's a bit like Sony C9, but this sort of LED tape remain meter. It's quite cool. So yes, hope you enjoyed this one, and look forward to seeing you in another video, hopefully. Bye for now. I did forget to mention actually that I did clean off all that tape residue, and my goodness, it was mucky. Really, really mucky. So that's just off, just around the lacing ring, and sort of around the pinch roller. So yeah, glad I did that.